All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour. With General Sarah Seti, kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, we broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook. It's a very powerful presentation tonight. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Seti, DVD lectures. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? That's right. Let me get it together over here. DVD lectures, classic and Jurassic, t-shirts and hoodies for the family. About that time that the winter creeping on in, time to get them hoodies, family representing Black Power, African and Kemetic jewelry for the family, medallions, bracelets, finger rings, earrings. We got you, family, representing nothing but Black Power. That's right. Holistic tonics and remedies, black elderberry and honey tonic, sour sop, turmeric, got the natural men, extra strong. God damn it, extra strong for you, brothers. Come on in. Come on in. I got you. Home decor, accessories for the living room, dining room, kitchen. Turning that home, your African home into the African temple that you always wanted. KingSeti.com, family. Class is 9 session, GeneralSeti.com, SETI University. Over 800 video presentation. Might be more on there now than 800. Going towards 1,000. That's right, going towards 1,000. Too raw for YouTube. SETI with the master teachers. Freemasonry exposed when Egypt ruled the earth. Nubia, mother of Egypt, Olmec, voyagers of the Nile, black woman is God, from Naga to nigga, SETI debates all world religions, highlights from over 50 cities, video and radio interviews, ancient civilization mythology, Black Power politics and economics, the complete General Sarah Seti website. Get your ass in class, that's right. Get in class right now. General Seti, keep it popping on Patreon. BPC making noise, we never calm. Exclusive live streams, too hot to handle on YouTube. And we got a ton of gems and jewels on my Patreon. You slipping. You supposed to been over there and got them jewels. It's never too late. Going over there, the celestial architecture of ancient Egypt right now. That's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. You need that, especially right now when they putting that astrological warfare on you brothers and sisters out there. You feel me? Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube pages. General Seti, Sarasun Seti, King Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. Comment. Tell me how you feel. Just don't be disrespectful. Cause I will ban your ass. I will ban you. Okay. Just don't be disrespectful. You can be in disagreement now. Be in disagreement. Just don't be disrespectful. Well, family, this is a fine line we walking today. Black Power. That's right. We broadcasting live on General Seti's Facebook. That's right. Broadcasting live. Got to get the family some on Facebook. This is a very, very controversial subject I'm going to be dealing with tonight, family. You know, it's a very, very, and believe me, this is touchy. You know, because I tend to don't hold no punches, especially when it's based on the truth. You see, and I'm going to say this up front, because, this is a moment in time, where I feel, certain groups and shit want to play our people. Now, I'm not a fan of Kanye West. I'm not a fan at all. You make your bed, you lay in. A lot of people, they root for Kanye, and I'm not rooting for the brother, but I'm not necessarily praying on his downfall either. I'm not praying on his downfall just because I don't root for him. You did some very scandalous shit as far as I'm concerned, stepping outside, your peoples, you know what I'm saying, and laying with with the Cro-Magnon and shit, going and doing all these stunts and shit, as far as the white lies. I'm not with none of that shit, but what I'm seeing with this Jewish thing, they come out on anybody, regardless, if you're in the entertainment, they came out on Khalid Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? They come out on anybody that they feel that is going against their agenda. You understand what I'm saying? That's how they roll. And so because they feel, they playing this same silly card that they always play. You see, and somebody, and we have to deal with this Semitic thing, which I didn't done, but this is a moment in time where people's ears and eyes is opened up, wider than normal, and so the information that we drop at this time, it might go in deeper, it's a critical time, and what is showing, it shows how people have, so much power over us that they should not have. You see, the kind of power they have over us that we don't have over them. You see, and we can have some power, we can have some power. If anybody should be counseling some motherfuckers, it should be black people. We should have goddamn counseled the world by now. Everybody everybody need to goddamn get counseled. If when it come to black people, so if anybody need to be doing some counseling, it's us. You see, it's us. We need to counsel a whole, and some of these motherfuckers in our race. You know what I'm saying? Shit. If anybody should have been counseling goddamn Kanye West, we should have counseled his ass. You see, we should have counseled his ass, and rightfully so. But on the basis of what, on the basis of what the Jewish community is coming out on Kanye about, I really think it's some bullshit. Number one, what he said, and this term anti-Semitic. You see, now, I broke it down, on what I thought, which is the facts on what a Semitic is, and that's coming from the biblical ancestor of Shem, which is a fallacy, you see, which is a fallacy. And so, the Semitic, what I'm saying, is a mythological race, what I'm saying, that people have identified with so that they could claim geography that don't belong to them. That's basically what it is. Okay? These people have no legitimacy, genetic origin to any of those areas that we say Shemitic or Semitic or Hamitic, and that's the three sons of Noah, which I clearly broke down, but I will do it just on the strength of it might be some new viewers out there that might not know. You see, and so the thing is, black people got to become. If you're gonna use the book, see, I can use it more than. I can, it's daggers, you know what I'm saying? And so I can use it many ways. See, once you know the truth, you understand what I'm saying? I can use it many ways. and still, I can bring different groups to their knees. You know what I'm saying? Using it, and then if I have to discard it in totality, I can do that too. You see what I'm saying? And so what we have to do and understand is, based on the book, you know what I'm saying, black people, based on, and it's a mythology, and I'm not going to get away from that. But if they could claim it, you can claim it. You see what I'm saying? Don't let them claim it and use it against you. And then, you can use it just, because they know damn well that they're not genetically, connected to anybody in the book. They know it, but they use it politically. You see, they use it in not only politically, from a sense of power, they use it. You see, and so in that sense, we had to, when they move them pawns, and we got to move, we got to put some of these players in check. We got to go ahead and put them players in check. You know what I'm saying? We can't let them just march down the board and shit on us. You understand what I'm saying? And we just looking silly, and like and so the thing is, anybody that has any competent knowledge of the book knows that African people, if they wanted to, okay, in which some people do, they can claim Shemiticism if that's what they want to do, based solely on the fact that the geographical areas in which these individuals come from are African lands, and have been so predominantly, you understand, up until the last maybe, 500 years. We ain't gonna even say 1,000. We're gonna say 500 years, where you see the areas in which you're looking at today change from that darker, complexion of African to what you see today. You know what I'm saying? Most people in their lifetime, if they look over in the Middle East and they see Arabs white Arabs and so-called white Jews, they assume that it's been that way, and that's not correct. You see? And so where every time, a black man or a black woman wants to claim Shemiticism, okay, you got to know, when that Semitic, they done took the S out of there, the H out of there, the H out of there is Shemiticism or Shemitic. Okay, that's where it comes from. Okay, and so Shem, Abraham, Jacob. You see, Abraham gave birth to Abraham gave birth to Isaac. Isaac gave birth to Jacob. Okay, and Jacob gave birth to the 12 tribes. Okay, and so coming out of that Shem, and starting with Shem coming on down, you see Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. You understand? That's the bloodline. So that's what they mean by Semitic. And so when you go in the book, which I can clearly do, but I'm gonna do it on a different note, after this. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go upside the head with the facts too. You know what I'm saying? That, African people could legitimately claim Shemiticism, because those people, inbred, and plus they was brothers anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at Ham, who's supposedly the patriarch of the African, African tribes, African nations, and then you got Shem, who is his brother, and they both come from the same mother and father, so we would assume that they looked alike, but this, this mythological, that the Hametics is African, then the Shemites or the Semites is Arabs and Jews, and and then you got Japheth, who went up into Europe, and they European. How in the hell is all these people coming from one goddamn mama and daddy? See, when you try to, they'll do it that way because they need geography. But if you try to go into the 12 tribes and mix them up like that, they gonna get on your ass because they want purity then, because they don't want to let nobody in. You see what I'm saying? They gonna find a way to get in, and then when they get in, they gonna lock the door on your ass. If you try to get in after that, they gonna say, you messing with the book, you plagiarizing the book. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, when they play that anti-Semitic shit, you got to play it. It's anti-Semitic for anybody to say that African people don't have lineage to Semiticism. You a lie. You understand what I'm saying? Based on the book, they were in and out of Africa. They spent over 400 years in Egypt, which Jews, and see, that's very key. And let me get this up. That's very key, which you do not understand. You see, the one thing when you dealing with the Talmud and you dealing with that white Jew, see, he tell it just like it is. He tell you that Egypt is African. See, that's key for any of you niggas out there that got lost in your mind and you think that black peoples is making this up. The one thing when you go off in their literature, which I got today, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, I want to deal with this Mel Gibson thing. You see what I'm saying? They tell you that Egypt is African. You understand? They tell you that Egypt is of the lineage of Ham, but they also tell you that Ham was smitten in his skin. They say that in the Talmud, that Ham was smitten in his skin. You see what I'm saying? And that his lineage populated the hottest places, Egypt, Abyssinia, and India. Now those are the exact words that's coming out of the Talmud. So they even admit within the Talmud and Judaic literature that even India was of the lineage of Cush, Ethiopia, out of Africa. That's key. You see what I'm saying? And so once you understand, I just put it up there the other day where the chief rabbi of Israel, he didn't call black people monkey. Now they rebuked him, but he still held his position, and he's still talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I went to look his ass up just yesterday, and he talking about shit. Jewish children, they don't even need to know math and science. All they need to know is the Talmud. I say, this how barbaric. So they don't need no other, they just, all they need, sight is in his skin means. I'll get with y'all in a minute on that. Okay. And so, he's still saying crazy shit out of his mouth. Now, and we'll get into that. So, but what I'm saying is, it is anti-Semitic to say black peoples are not Semitic when the facts say otherwise. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't play that card. You see what I'm saying? Which needs to be played. If you bring forth the research and the documentation that black peoples, according to the book, and like I say, this is, you had to play this shit. Everything is political and on a basis of power. And when you got facts, that back up your claim, if you go in the book and you see that, and y'all document yourself, the white Jew, that Egypt is of the lineage of Ham and Cush, which you just called the chief rabbi called him Cushy, and at the same time called him a monkey. You see what I'm saying? This is what he did. And so you got to understand that Egypt is called in the Bible the land of Ham. Okay? And so they know that, that Egypt is also black, and they admit to that. Okay, well, y'all spent over 400 years in Egypt. You come in at 70, and that's not even them. That's not even them. We got to understand that these are Russians and Germans, and these is Ashkenazi. You know what I'm saying? And so when you say Ashkenazi, you're talking about German. You see what I'm saying? They don't have no genetic lineage to none of that land over there. You see, and you do. And so how in the hell can they claim that you not Semitic, and that's the land of your origin, the land of your people's origin? That in itself is anti-Semitic, and you have to play these people like they playing you. You cannot let them get away with that when you got the documentation. And this is there in front of your face. Okay, it's there in front of your face. So to say that black people are not Semitic and these people come out of the Ural Mountains and shit, these people's are Slavic. I mean, come on, man. This ain't even hard. You know what I'm saying? These people's are Slavic and German and Russian, and at one time Russia had the majority of Jews, and they got a lot over there now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them, Russian and German, and so how did they get way over there? If they come out, how they get way over there? You see, and we got documentation to say the otherwise. Those are people that then co-opted an ideology. Looking for land and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Now, what am I saying today? Let me come out of this one. Let me come up out of this. Because Mel Gibson, notorious. Okay? Where I put that one at? Mel Gibson, notorious for his racist rants. He's notorious for his racist rant. Let me get this one up here, and I'll just drop it in wherever I need to drop it in at. He didn't say something about everybody, black, Jew. He didn't say it, and they were supposedly they called themselves gonna ban him too. But the shit that he said was way more inflammatory. Oh my God, man, this motherfucker, Mel Gibson, was getting drunk, going off on blacks, going off on Jews. They got his ass all on the damn, on the recorder. You see what I'm saying? Got the motherfucker all on the tape recorder saying shit to at that time was his girlfriend and shit. Talking about, she dressing all, scampy and shit, that she might go out there and get raped by some black men and shit, and, but use the term nigga. That's what he said. You might go out there and get raped by some niggas and shit like this, and, and black people, they should have counseled, but shit, how you gonna counsel Mel Gibson? Mel Gibson money, is in a whole nother area. It ain't got shit to do with you. See, that's the killing part about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't, because we spend we ain't got no, we got the possibility of power. We ain't got no motherfucking power. The power we do got, you counsel these motherfuckers down in your community and shit. That's the first motherfucker you start counseling. Then don't go to their movies. But a lot of them movies that Mel Gibson, I think that Lethal Weapon shit, black people might have went, but don't nobody go see the shit that he put out. But the racist rants that he was saying at that time, you know what I'm saying? This is the kind of shit that he said. Where is that shit at? I think it's right here. And the crazy shit, how they were supposed to have counsel Mel Gibson. They ain't done shit. You know why? Because his people backed him. The Anglo-Saxon backed him on the real. You know, they might not have came out and said, we back Mel Gibson against what he said. They just continue to back him on the under. You know what I'm saying? Because the motherfucker never lost a dollar. He never, matter of fact, I'm going to show you this motherfucker Mel Gibson shit been going up and up and up and up. Man, fuck, Mel Gibson damn near worth $500 million. Okay, they ain't did shit to him. Okay, now they say in 2004 he had some shit because he did the Passion of the Christ. You see what I'm saying? And he really went in to make sure that the Jew was recognized for being a part of the crucifixion of Jesus, because a lot of times they try to wiggle out of it and say, well, it was the Romans that did it. So I guess it was in his heart to make sure that people recognize in his eyes that it was the Jews that had, who had Jesus crucified. Okay. And it says in 2004, film The Passion of the Christ has been criticized for being anti-Semitic, with the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, releasing a statement ahead of its release at the time that concluded by saying the Passion could likely falsify history and fuel the animus of those who hate Jews. Okay. And so that's what the ADL said. You know what I'm saying? So they came out on this movie, The Passion of the Christ. And then in 2006, it says Mel Gibson was forced to apologize to a Los Angeles police officer who claimed the actor had shouted abuse at him during an arrest, including a claim that the Jews are responsible for all wars in the world. Okay, he said that to the damn police and later issued an apology asking Jewish people for his forgiveness. See, he one of them old, Irish, he come his bloodline, and them motherfuckers, they drink, they, you know what I'm saying, and so on, and we know what it is. And so when they get belligerent and shit, you know what I'm saying? They get them goddamn liquor and whiskey and beers, and they get belligerent. And so anything liable to come out his mouth, and it did, okay? And he said there's no excuse, nor should there be any tolerance for anyone who thinks or expresses any kind of anti-Semitic remark, okay? And so he issued an apology. It says, okay, okay, Mel Gibson said in a statement per the New York Times, okay? He continued in part, I want to apologize specifically to everyone in the Jewish community in blase split. Okay, he said that. Okay, that's 2006, okay? And he said he was going to rehabilitation, and so on and so forth. Okay, we continue. Okay, and so in 2010, he was back. That's when he said the black shit. You see what I'm saying? Saying you look like a, going off on his girlfriend. You're an embarrassment, and you're gonna go out there and get raped by a pack of, I mean, come on, man. This motherfucker right here. And so he just on a tirade. And so the NAACP, okay, they went in on his ass and whatever. And then the same year he said that about black people, it was, I don't know who this writer is, but obvious she was an actor, and obviously she was a Jewish actor. I don't know what her first name was, but he called her a oven dodger. I mean, come on. I mean, this motherfucker goes in, and so that's, I guess that's into, what happened in the so-called Jewish Holocaust. You see what I'm saying? And so they, what Hitler did and so on and so forth. So he calls the woman a oven dodger. Okay, you know, and so and then in 2013, I guess he was in 2015, New York Fox News reported that Gibson gave an interview 2 years prior to former Republican speechwriter Peggy Noonan for Reader's Digest, where he downplayed the number of Jews murdered in the Holocaust. Gibson told Noonan, I mean, when the war was over, they said it was 12 million, then it was 6, now it's 4. I mean, it's kind of a numbers game. Okay? Now, what's crazy, he's in a movie now, and got a major role in a movie called The Rothschild, which is a wealthy Jewish family. But the other thing about it, because they was going in on his ass, right? Now I'm gonna drop how much he didn't been making, but I'm gonna show you that, because they got this one out. Where is it at? Here it is. Here it is, right here. And I'm gonna be, it says what happened to Hollywood's Mel Gibson boycott. And they got a question. What happened? Because they supposed to be boycotting his ass. You know what I'm saying? And he back, and he ain't never. They say, it says right here in an editorial, it's saying while it may be tempting to now call Gibson's comeback complete, the truth is that he never really went away following his DUI arrest 15 years ago. The one that made international headlines after, Gibson hurled anti-Semitic, racist, misogynistic comments at law enforcement officers. Okay, and so that's what happens in Teflon Town, where true movie stars have become few and far in between. Now, what it's saying is the guy at that time that was on his head was, I think it's pronounced Ari Emanuel. Okay, and he's a Jew, and he was on Mel Gibson's head, and he was saying people in the entertainment community, whether Jew or Gentile, need to demonstrate that they understand how much it is at stake in this by professionally shunning Mel Gibson and refusing to work with him, even if it means a sacrifice to their bottom line, wrote Emanuel. And it goes down to say, though Gibson's reputation within the industry certainly took a hit, a boycott never quite materialized. It never quite. Emanuel wielded and continues to wield a considerable amount of power in this town, but even he couldn't convince people to stop watching Gibson's work. I say, well. How is it that Mel Gibson really he talking big shit more than once. Every time he turn up and get one of them goddamn liquors in his ass, he let the truth come right on out. You see what I'm saying? Now, the crazy shit about it, motherfuckers stop fucking with him a little bit, not really. You know what I'm saying? They pulled back from him for about a couple months, and then it was, and so even Mark Wahlberg, he did that Daddy Home shit. Daddy's Home, and now they doing a part 2. He's doing Rothschild. He's doing Rothschild. He's doing all that shit. And it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what? Because they, who represents Mark Wahlberg? And the shit say it in the damn editorial. Wait for it. Ari Emanuel. You see? And so now you know what? And you know what it say in the editorial? Do you think Ari sat his star client down and begged him not to cast Gibson as his character's father twice? Or do you think both of them had dollar signs in their eyes, believing that Gibson's star power outweighed any potential negative PR that would stem from his hiring? So you see the motherfucker that went after him is represent, and they ain't talking shit. They don't, it's all back to normal. It's all back to, the thing is, what it boils down to. Let me get back here, y'all. Let me get back where I need to be. The thing is, to show you right there, number one, he has some backing. They wasn't going, they slapped him on there, but he had backing. Period. And that's real talk. He's a Catholic. He got Irish blood, and they backed him. You see what I'm saying? He's from Australia. And you see Australia but a few days ago, all that trying to make Jerusalem their capital. Australia they ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Trump went along with it, but Australia just 3 days ago, they shunned Israel for trying to make Jerusalem their capital, because in that Palestinian Accord, it's supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, half for the Palestinian, half for the Jew. And so that's what's in the accord. And so for them to take the whole city, if I'm not mistaken, to take the whole city like they doing, and because it's half and half, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that they could make it their capital. I don't even know if it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the accord says, but I believe it's half and half. You see what I'm saying? So you see that, people, they play that, in your face, let's not say how we feel. This is really what it is. Just don't say how you feel out loud. You see what I'm saying? Just don't say how you feel out loud. As long as you keep that shit to yourself, you cool. You see? And so what I showed you is that Mel Gibson said way more inflammatory shit than Kanye West. But you see how they trying to take everything from Kanye? You see what I'm saying? And he should have knew that anyway. I mean, I'm not saying that he shouldn't. You say you know who they is, then you should have expected that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But on the premise of what they doing and how they do, and really how they think about black people. Straight up, the shit that they say about us, and we don't hold their ass to the fire, calling our people monkeys and all in the crazy shit in their religious book. This is, I keep telling people over and over, even though they rebuke the chief rabbi, his spokespeople of his office said, well, shit is backed up in the Talmud. I say, well, damn, do that make it, that just say what it is. That is, it's legitimate. I mean, I got many, many videos where they talking about it online right now. I say, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? And so these same Jews that's on Kanye, now you got some Jews that say they don't ascribe to those kind of Talmuds. You know what I'm saying? So what they did, I don't know if they didn't edit it out and shit. It's not the original one, because the original ones is straight up. The Babylonian Talmud, they straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? They calling black people strange creatures and shit. Talking about we ain't got no soul. You know what I'm saying? You know, the best of them should, should be slated for, you know what I'm saying, for death and shit. All in the Talmud. I say, well, damn, see, that's where you got to learn that shit and you got to put it in their face. You see what I'm saying? I mean, and then you going to talk about Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler, and you ain't talking about the Talmud, what's in the Talmud. I don't legitimize none of that shit, but how in the hell you going to talk about Mein Kampf and not talk about the Talmud? And you got Jews on there knowing that is racism in it. You see what I'm saying? Knowing is racism in it, of raw, ruthless racism. You know, it's one thing that, but just to, you just got tirades of lit all through the book. It ain't even just one. It's just all through the book. That if you take something from a Gentile, don't even give it back. You commit a sin if you give it back. You supposed to, if you take something from them, they ain't on your level. They beasts. They on the level of beasts. They not even men. If you're not this is what they teach. Okay, it's in there and it's verifiable. So ain't nobody gonna say we spewing nothing. We backing this shit up with facts. And so when you know what they saying about you, and that they got that kind of power over you, and that if they take something from you, they don't got to give it back, and you less than a man if you not. And they say this shit. And so when you see how they play you, you see what I'm saying. Then you know it's coming from somewhere. You see what I'm saying? You know it's coming from somewhere. Okay, you know that they trying to fulfill what they teach in their books. And so you're going to have to learn them books. You're going to have to learn them goddamn books. And goddamn it, you're going to have to learn how to counsel some motherfuckers. And like I say, I ain't going to be on here too much long because I want to get into some of the documentation. You know what I'm saying? On the next video, it's already 11. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming in late tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wasn't going to even, but I had an epiphany. You see what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here looking at this motherfucker. Oh, let me show you how much this motherfucker, since he didn't, man, listen here. Let me tell you something. This Mel Gibson sitting on dope. He sitting on dope. Every year since then, he ain't missed a beat. Where is that at? Okay. Where is that one? Let me see. Is it over here? Hold on. I want to show y'all how much this man done made. If I don't find, I'll just read it right on. There you go. There you go right there. There you go right there. Now, he been in trouble since 2015, even before that. But I think 2015 is when he really got in trouble. Okay, that's when he really said it, which he should have been in trouble for what he said about black people. Okay, net worth in 2017, 305 million. 2018, he done made 20 million more. He had 325. 2019 made 25 million more. He had 350. 2020, he done made another 20. He just making 25 every year. He's making 25 million every year. You see what I'm saying? He's now worth $430 million. And so you looking at least, at the minimum of next year, he gonna be worth at least 55 million. If he going up 25, I see that's what he make. He make 25 million a movie. So he got, a couple of movies, bigger movies coming up. You see, so he technically worth $500 million. They ain't fuck with his money. They didn't. You see what I'm saying? They didn't fuck with his money at all. I mean, you know why? Because I'm going to tell you just like this. I'm going to tell you just like this. His people backed him. You know what I'm saying? When you see a motherfucker and he can say that kind of shit, you see what I'm saying? They backed him. So whoever was backing him was, was a little bigger than the Jew. Real talk. Real talk. So we know he Catholic. We know he Irish. You see what I'm saying? And so, and so on and so forth. And so they backed him, even though they might not have came out and openly said, they agreed with what he was saying. They just say, you know what? You're not going to take one of ours off the block like that. You ain't going to take one of ours off the block. Now, we don't necessarily, he shouldn't have said it out loud. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have said it out loud because that's in his heart. So that's how he really felt. You see what I'm saying? He shouldn't have said it out loud, but you ain't going to try to do him like you doing Kanye West. They ain't going to let him, they're not going to let you do one of theirs like that. You understand what I'm saying? They not going to let that happen. You see? And so that's really what it boiled down to. Now, he stepped, Kanye, if he would have had his people at, instead of being inflammatory and going out there, you know what I'm saying? And, laying outside of his race. And that's right. That's exactly fucking right. He should not have done that. He should have stayed within his. And so if people fuck with him, then he got his people. You inflammatory. You saying dumb shit. You up there talking about white lives matter. And then when they go and get on your head, motherfucker, ain't one white motherfucker come out to save your ass. You understand what I'm saying? Not one. Even the old Kim Kardashian went against his ass. Came right on out and said what you knew she was going to do. I mean, what you thought she was going to do. That's what she supposed to do. That's who she rolled with. You understand what I'm saying? So he didn't went out there and he didn't put this shit on and this, that, and the third, and ain't one of them come to save his ass. Goddamn, a dollar. And like I say, I don't pray on the brother downfall. You understand what I'm saying? He doing that himself. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't saying what he said. If you go to war, motherfucker, be, look this shit, look down the road to see where this shit gonna go. So if you gonna go to war, motherfucker, see where this gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Already see it ahead of time. And that's why people keep talking about either he just don't give a fuck or all that genius shit. Y'all can throw that shit out the door. You understand what I'm saying? Don't throw that shit out the door. You understand? You gonna put yourself in, and you ain't lying. If you gonna go to war, you line your allies up first. You know what I'm saying? Line your allies up. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And and so when you get ready to do whatever you gonna do, if that's what you choose, then you got some back. You understand what you already know who got your back. You go run out there and say some crazy shit. You understand whether it's legitimate or you feel that way or not. When you say this shit out in the open, they're going to want a war with your ass. You should have took that into consideration. But if you did and you did not see what's happening right now, then motherfucker, you ain't as clever as you think you is. You ain't as clever as you, because you should have known they was going to come for you, nigga. You should have known that. And so I don't know if he got to back up. You know what I'm saying? And I hope the brother, get his shit together if he can. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I don't, like I say, I don't, I think, I hope the brother get his shit together if he can. You know what I'm saying? I don't pray, like I say, I don't pray on his downfall. I just hope he get his shit together. You know what I'm saying? And quit. All right, family, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to get on up out of here. I was going, well, I got some time. I got some time. Matter of fact, I'm going to just push it to tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow I'm going to do the other jump off because I want to be able to go in. You know what I'm saying? And get my thoughts together. Cause I'm not letting up off of this shit because they play this card on everybody. And so in the end, what I'm gonna tell y'all, it is, let me tell y'all this. And so remember that you heard it is anti-Semitic to say that blacks are not Semitic. If that's what you going, if you're gonna use it to your advantage. Okay, and I'm not saying because you got the claim. You got a legitimate claim if you want to use it, you understand, for that purpose. You got a legitimate claim. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody to say that African people don't have a claim to what they term Semiticism, they a lie, and they anti-Semitic. That's an anti-Semitic remark. That's an anti-Semitic remark to say that blacks are not Semitic. Okay? Now, we know we can go deeper than that, but we don't need to. Let me tell y'all something. I'm the fuck out of here. It's 52 cards in the deck. Okay? And like, I got cards. Like if I'm dealing with one type of group and shit, I don't have to play all my cards. I got a lot of cards on the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And I play them when on whoever I need to play it on. You understand what I'm saying? In this predicament, you ain't got to go into what the family talking about when we talking about the Nile Valley. You ain't even, and we can. But you can stay right within the text and checkmate that shit. Period. Okay? Quit letting people bully you. Get your motherfucking mind right. And this should show, and I'm doing it tomorrow, that too many people got way too much power over us as a people. They got way too much power over us, especially under the ideology that they believe in about us. To have that kind of ideology and have the power to influence us based on that ideology, we is in trouble. We better wake our ass up. Wake up. All right, family, I'm out of here. This is the General Sarasun Seti. Check me out. KingSeti.com, GeneralSeti.com, Patreon, General Sarasun Seti. I don't play no games. I don't play no games, nigga. I'm the hardest motherfucking researcher out here, nigga. Hands down. This is the General Sarasun Seti said, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power. Thank you, family, for your support. Peace.